Alright, starting on this side. So far, asparagus is doing fine. Catnip is doing okay. I need to stop forgetting to water it. It's a giant freaking Queen Anne's lace. All of this stuff over here seems to be relatively happy. I have not gotten around to weeding yet because it has been in the 90s and I haven't mowed the yard. So yeah, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I also need to go and water the gooseberries again. But so far, everything is still doing well. And then getting a trellis put up tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to put the golden raspberries up there. I think that's probably what's going to go up there. Little echinacеas. Oh, weird discovery of the day. Those shouldn't be ripening until like September. So, interesting. Because it's also got ones that are getting ready to bloom because those haven't opened yet. So, yeah. Didn't expect that to happen. This has become the Japanese beetle trap crop because the last cluster of grapes on it fell off like a week and a half ago, and I was gonna consider taking it out, and then I realized that they stay off of most of my other shit if they get on this, so it might stay. Happy little lilac. I wish they all had grown like this one. It is doing so well. Alright, into the garden beds. This is the I have nothing in it, and I'm gonna probably mess with it tomorrow. But I am gonna leave a couple of these tomatoes that are starting to grow. But here's what they are. Slicer tomatoes are starting to bloom, but they haven't grown as tall as I would expect. I did go through last year's videos and the year before, and they're not behind, but they feel like they're behind. So I'm going to give them another week, and if they haven't grown much, I'm going to hit them with nitrogen and see what happens. Over here, I still just have the two squashes. They're slowly getting bigger, but not doing too terribly much. The bee balm that isn't super gross. And then cherry tomatoes, I don't know what the heck happened to these. They look scorched, and there's no reason they should be scorched because this bed actually gets better shade during the hotter parts of the day. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I watered the ever-living bejesus out of them, so hopefully that will help. I mean, other than that, they're all doing great. Like, this is what I would expect growth-wise, and they're covered, and I love it. It makes me so happy. And then, let's see, that's everything in these beds. I haven't put hibiscus in yet, but the roses have put on a metric ton of growth, and they have a ton of new heads that are getting ready to bloom. I'm super stoked about. That is just really pretty. And then chevrons. Oh, I can now determine which one's kale and which one's collards because they're finally starting to give me some leaf shapes. The ones on the right are the kale. And then all of my ground cherries are doing really well. Like, holy jeez. No issues here. And then this is the blackberry kind of hanging out. I'm gonna put a trellis up for it tomorrow too. And then the raspberries over here. It isn't needing trellis yet, but it will soon enough, so it'll get one. And then the ground cherries are already starting to have pretty darn good sized berries on them, so stoked for that too. Fun little fact about them, they're called ground cherries because you harvest them when they fall off the plant. So, thus picking them up off the ground. Pretty self-explanatory. Let's see. The raspberry that got snapped is putting out a ton of new growth and looks super fucking happy. My lychee tomatoes, also known as spiky little berries over here. Look at the little things. I love these things. These are huge. Like, I'm not used to them getting this big, so there's some very happy little plants too. And then this raspberry is starting to grow the trellis. So everything about this bed's making me happy. It's just awesome. I'm very happy. Coneflowers and marigolds, and I'm not sure why this is turning colors like that. This is a pink lemonade blueberry. I've never had one before. I'm gonna have to look it up and see. Oh, go away, grass. So yeah, we'll see. They're both doing it. But they also both have new growth. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe it's not from being in a greenhouse and then just getting stuck out in the sun. Maybe it's like a sun scald, but it's a weird one if it is. And then I've got random ground cherries that shouldn't be over here. So I'm gonna guess that's from the squirrels. But I definitely need to take care of those at some point too, because I got plenty over on the other bed. And then that salvia, man, that's a happy fucking salvia. Like, it's so pretty and big, and I can't wait for its second flush of blooms. And then that's one of the normal blueberries. One's Misty and one's Legacy. I don't remember which is which, but they're taking their sweet time. That's the one that had a piece break off that I'm trying to re-root at the moment. And my other echinaceas and lambs here and stuff. And this is probably the last time the borage will be here, in my videos at least, because I'm probably going to go ahead and yank it out tomorrow and harvest all the seeds. I'll leave like these little ones that haven't bloomed yet, but if it's bloomed, it's gone. And I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I think I'm going to put it in my front yard actually, because my house is blue, so it'd be pretty. But I'm going to have a borage patch, and it's going to be full of those blue flowers when it blooms. Oops. And it's going to be gorgeous. Trying not to break my leg while I'm out here. And then the bunnies are still demolishing my pink shard. So that kind of sucks, because every time it gets new growth, I bet you anything those are gone in the morning. Bet you anything they're gone in the morning. And then over here, this is the bed if I'm not sure yet. They're starting to grow. I do know I need to mulch, and it does make a difference. But, well, I guess they are filling out and getting thicker. And these are determinate, so maybe I'm overestimating how much they should be growing, because it did say 3 feet, and that's getting close. So, maybe that's a me problem. But then I go over here, and these eggplants are kind of cute. That one's doing okay. That's about where I would expect it to be for the season, to be honest. Stuck in that hole. This one is itty bitty and blooming, which is not something I'm used to. And then I've got this beautiful thing. And it's just doing fantastic, and it even already has a baby eggplant on it. It is one of the Rosa Biancas, I think, is what it's called. Super cute. But I mean, look at how far they're inches away from each other. They're the exact same. What the fuck? So yeah. And another random ground cherry. And then the peppers. I have never had peppers start blooming and putting off fruit when they're this little before. And they shouldn't be stressed. Well, these are mini bell peppers. I've never grown this plant, so it might not be a very tall plant, because they're all, I'm thinking that one and probably this one. And then these are my Sugar Rush Peach, and I've grown these every year for years now, and they never do. I mean, it's being productive like it normally is, but they usually get huge, and they're not. And that's a poblano, and I thought that was a poblano too, but it's already got some stuff going. I don't know. They're weird. Everything's in the same type of soil, same accoutrement, if you will, but very odd. I've never had them bloom this early. And it's not stress. Like, I have been possibly overwatering them a little bit because of all the rain, but it's also dry and they're not mulched, so I'm hedging my bets. They have plenty of drainage, so it's not going to kill them even if I do. And these little dudes, not really doing much. Doing great. Also doing great. Also doing great. I bet you anything that's a Tabasco. Looks fantastic. Very happy okra. And both the smaller ones are the ones that were late getting transplanted, so I mean, I don't expect them to catch up to the others quite yet, but some were a little better than that by now. And then my basil, oh hey, look, you going to seed. How about we don't? Is super happy. I love this thing. The Genovese, I've actually been really good about pruning properly. The lemon basil, I haven't used it in anything, so I haven't come out and harvested it, and that's why I keep forgetting to, do something about it. On a plus note, I don't have any other basil, so if I collect all of these seeds, they'll be true to type. Yay. Maybe. I don't know yet. Alright, and last but not least, roses seem to be really happy over here. I mean, they are basically shrub brush, and they're under a giant oak tree. So, that'll be happy. These, once again, will hopefully be going in the ground by the end of this week. And actually, like, in the ground by the end of this week, because I don't have anything else that should stop me. Currant. And both those are the red currants. Purple red locust. I love that tree so much. Black currant. And then the osterberries. They're putting on a lot of growth. I'm super happy about it. I know it doesn't look like much because they were all bare root cuttings. But you know what? So is this lilac. So is the giant lilac that's in the corner that I wish everything else was growing like. So is this tree. So are those trees. Like, they literally came, oops, I just hit my bush. They literally came to me as sticks with no leaves or anything. And you stick them in the ground and they wake up. And it's so much cheaper. I mean, as long as you take care of them properly, the success rate with bare root is usually really good. And all of the blueberries, except for the pink lemonade, all of the raspberries and the blackberry, including the golden raspberries, were all bare root. So, like, is it going to take a couple more years before they really produce? Yeah, but they were like $20 compared to like $50, so I don't care. And then this dragon fruit has a ton of new growth. I'm super stoked about that because I'm probably going to prune a lot of this shit off. And then this is one of the golden raspberries. I moved them up here because the sun was kind of beating down on them, and then something was eating on this one. And I'm hoping it doesn't crap out because the third one did crap out. And I would like to have 2, but 1 is all I need. It'll produce. It's self-fertile. So let's see. And then I've got the lemon tree that has a ton of new growth. Super cute. Those 2 that are rooting. The avocado tree seems to really like it over here, and it's just been putting off new growth. I think I'm going to go through and finally cut some of these wonkier leaves off so it looks a little better. And it's got some new leaves coming out here too, so that's cool. And then the banana plant seems really happy. It's put off a ton of growth. Oh my god, I still have it sometimes. And then this is the branch that went up the blueberry tree, and it's put off new growth too. But there's no like roots yet, so I don't know. But it seems to like being over here, so I'm gonna let it be friends with the banana and just keep an eye on it. And then this dragon fruit is also seeming to do well. I'm probably going to also hope for new growth on it and then do some pruning because I need to pick a trunk, and this is the closest one. This might be a good trunk. I just wish it were thicker at the bottom. They're just not very big. So we'll see. It's all a learning process considering that I grew them from a grocery store fruit. And same with the avocado. It's not like I'm losing anything if they don't do well. So yeah. That is everything. I cannot wait to get those trees in the ground. Figure out where I'm going to put those roses. Because they're probably going to go over by the trees. But it's coming along.